everybody, and welcome to another episode of Shonen and Chill, hosted by Zenrotto and Oceans.
Hello, hello, folks.
And we're back. We're took a little week off, had a little illness, get a little bit,
Yep.
recovered and whatnot. And
Yeah.
Shonen Jump was nice enough to give us a week off on its own. So
Yeah. John Shonen Jump heard me cough all across the ocean, and he was like, "Oh, damn, let's give him a rest." And so he just turned down the manga factory. Very nice guy. I wish he was that nice with his actual workers.
wouldn't that be
But
great? Wouldn't that be
yeah.
great?
But yeah. Last week's break was my fault. I was down with the sickness. No, I'm not chronically ill. I saw people in the Discord chat talk about oh, I think he's hiding a chronic illness, and I
A
was like,
chronic
guys,
illness.
yeah,
Damn.
guys, my immune system is garbage because I'm a YouTuber and I spend 20 hours a day in front of a computer. The mildest virus known to man makes my toenails curl. It really is just internet brain rot. I'm really not chronically ill. But that's what a chronically ill person would say, so
Yeah, I guess if you were hiding it, I guess you'd say that anyway. But
yeah, exactly. Um so yeah, that was fun. But yeah, I am mostly back to 100% now. If I cough once or twice, do not panic. It only hurts a little bit. Um
it's only his
but
chronic
yeah,
illness flaring up.
yeah, my definitely not chronic illness. Stop talking about it, please. Um, but yeah, did we have any news in our absence? I feel like we must have had some.
There's, I don't know if it's been officially confirmed yet, but the leaks have said that Duran is getting canceled.
Ah, okay, not particularly surprising.
Yeah, I mean, 35 chapters, that's longer than most that get canceled these days.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Another thing, have you heard of Marriage Toxin?
No.
It's a manga, and I don't know where it's running, and I know nothing about it, but it's been recommended by Oda, Kishimoto, and Hideaki Anno, the maker of Evangelion.
Huh.
That's some mad
What?
clout for a
Yeah,
series I've
seriously.
never heard about.
I wonder what it's in.
Yeah, someone will tell us, I'm sure.
Someone in the comments
Um,
will be like, how could you not know that? And I'm like, okay.
yeah.
All right.
Well, we're
Thank
at the
you.
forefront. We're at the forefront of manga news, but only sometimes. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
we're way in the back, just sleeping.
We're only there because John Shonen Jump ships us the news ahead of time before the
That's true.
show.
That's true. He calls us before the show and he's like, "Look,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna level with you. This week's My Hero chapter was bad," and I'm like, "Oh no, again? Couldn't have seen that coming."
I had no idea.
Yeah. Also, Black Clover is back.
Yes, Black
Uh,
Clover has returned to begin its final arc.
mhm.
Exciting.
And yeah, that's pretty cool. But besides that, I'm not sure what else we had news wise.
Not
I
too
do
much
think I
that I
was.
could think of. I mean, there was a lot of like the Chainsaw Man PV dropped. That was pretty good.
Yes, I was just gonna say that. Yeah, that one was really nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that still.
I feel so bad for Makima's voice actress already.
Yeah, well, at least it's not live action, so she won't be recognizable on the street.
That's also true. And I mean, she has exclusively voiced lolly characters before, so
Oh,
I guess she's not
pro
particularly unfamiliar with weird fandoms.
probably used to weirdos then, yeah.
Yeah. Um, Actually, I'm surprised that there really aren't that many big names in the cast yet. I mean, we have Ai Fairuz doing Power, so we get a little Jolene in there.
Yes, that's very cool.
But the dudes that are doing Aki and fuck, I forgot the main guy's name. What's the main character of Chainsaw Man called again?
Denji?
Denji, yeah, of course. I'm sorry, it's the
His
chronic illness
chronic
that I
illness
don't have.
comes with memory loss.
Yes. No, you see, I have to come clean. I think I may be chronically stupid. That's the only thing I am chronically. Um, but yeah, Denji and Aki's voice actors didn't recognize their names or their work at all. So it'll be interesting to see what they deliver. It's very cool
Yeah.
that it's not like, the usual guys. Like, I definitely didn't want Yuki Kaji in this, in the main cast at least.
Yeah, yeah. It is nice to
Um,
see some new. Well, and even the ones that you recognize are like they were new in the very last thing that they did. So it's like
yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of small
exactly.
timers, which is cool.
But all right. Is there anything else, or do we just jump into our top three?
I think we can just jump into our top three. What do you got?
My number three was Undead Unluck.
Okay,
My number two was My Hero. My number one was Jujutsu Kaisen.
okay. Man, I'm not even entirely sure where my top three lies. I think I think my number three is Mashle. My number two is Undead Unluck, and my number one is Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh wow, so no My Hero.
At like four.
Fair enough. Better than I expected, to be honest.
It was close, but
Mhm.
the only reason that Mashal beat it out is that final panel is like a classic, like that's a fucking Bleach hype savior moment, and I'm like, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
shit I live for.
that's your jam.
That's my weakness trope. That's the one that gets me every time.
Mhm. But okay, so what's first?
So that would mean that first up on the list we have Earthchild.
Bah.
Uh-huh, icky,
Bah. Yeah,
yuck,
wow.
ew.
That's this sure is a series I used to like.
I know. It hurts a
um
little bit to think about how fucking bad it is now.
I don't know, it's just kind of like they went from really taking their time with saving the mom to now just this bizarre, like, drawn out final fight kind of deal. And yeah, I mean, he sure loves his family. It's
Mamoru
not
sure
as
do love his family.
yeah, like it's not. I don't know. I'm just not invested in this as I was with the dad.
Yeah, no,
I
not
think
even a
that
little bit. This is like,
yeah,
oh my God. It went from like a really like sweet, kind of heartfelt, like star-crossed lovers kind of story about like just this normal guy trying to cut it in this world of superheroes and craziness and like stuff that normal people aren't supposed to know about, and he's trying to save them himself, and now it's like the child who was a baby during all the good parts of the story is now fighting the schoolgirl representation of God.
yeah. I can't believe Earthchild did Boruto before even ending itself. That's kind of impressive. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird because on the surface, it's just a shonen battle. It should be fine, but I don't know. I think it's the fact that we had this prologue that felt so fresh for Shonen Jump standards that it hurts more now that we're very much in Shonen Schlock territory again.
Hmm. We went
Um,
from something that was really neat and original and cool, and now we're like right in the muck, just in the mud.
yeah, yeah. Like the prologue is basically just leverage for the "I gotta protect my family" moments,
Hmm.
which ugh,
Unfortunate.
blech. Yeah, unfortunate out of 10. That's really all I can say.
Yeah, real shame out of 10.
Yeah. What's
So
next?
next is Blue Box.
Speaking of a real shame,
Yeah, boy. Now we're starting to get a little too tropey, even for me. This is getting a
yeah,
little strong.
this is yeah. I mean, it feels. Here's what it feels like to me. It feels like the author knew that they wanted to do something big at the sports festival, at the culture festival, but they
MHA
hadn't
brain
really.
rot.
Well, I think they. Yes, I think they hadn't thought out yet what exactly they would do. Um, like I feel like they were mostly just sort of building up hype without really knowing what they were going to pull the trigger on. Because these last two chapters have really just been tropes, and not even like good ones.
Yeah, the I thought it was actually pretty good when he like made the decision to not kiss her. He like pulled the cape up and then just leaned away.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's
Mm-hmm.
very mature. That's pretty good. And then, she took it in stride and kept going. And then
Yeah, that was
they
cool.
they went for the immediate like the tropiest possible forced kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus.
Also, I just want to mention that the banner that lays on top of them when they kiss says "Congratulations."
Does it?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny, and if it leads to like cool shit, I'm okay with it. But as like a happening by itself, this might be a low point of the series.
It's not great. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
this is also such like a weird thing to get, because we have like the big reaction shot of Chinatsu at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like when he obviously had the choice, he didn't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
So
he
what is she
jumped
gonna
and
be mad
accidentally
at?
bumped into her. So like, why are you mad about it?
Yeah,
He
and
chose
like
you when he had the choice.
that, and also, the author, maybe he was just horny to draw them kiss, but then he doesn't even show the kiss.
Yeah, he has to cover it up with
Censor it.
the
Yeah.
confetti.
So functionally, it doesn't even serve like, any fan servicey kind of thing. Um, and yeah, it's just annoying because that's not how people fall.
No, it's not. Also, it's really funny that the whole crowd is like, oh, did their lips touch? Like, what are you talking about? Why isn't anyone like, hey, is she all right? She almost died.
Yeah.
She almost got her head cracked open by whatever this fucking thing is.
Well, yeah, and also like, if someone falls onto someone like that, my first thought wouldn't be, oh, did they kiss? My first thought would be, is her nose intact?
Yeah, why did he tackle her head to head like that? You'd think he would have like led with the arms.
Yeah, or like anything. I mean, we're trying to logic out what is, the tropiest contrivance in existence.
Okay, yeah,
Uh,
but like going in head to head like that is like a for sure broken nose. For sure.
yeah, because what? Like the thing had enough force to knock him down, but just little enough force so that he just softly lands on her lips instead of smashing her nose into her
Instead of
skull.
yeah, smashing his face into her face.
Also, especially that's a confetti ball. That's not even that heavy, right?
It shouldn't be. I don't know. I mean, it was falling pretty high up, but I
I
mean, it
guess,
broke
yeah.
over his back, and he doesn't appear to be in any pain. So
Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't
I'm sure
know.
he will be in some pain next chapter.
Well, yeah, but not that kind of pain.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, I think honestly, whether or not I accept this is going to entirely depend on Chinatsu's reaction. Because if she makes like a big deal out of this, that's gonna suck.
Yeah, if it's like a huge fucking, I get like some having some anxiety over it, but I really hope it's not like a sticking point that they have to argue about or something.
Well, yeah, because as you said, when he had the choice, he clearly, well, made a choice, and it wasn't Hina. So yeah, I don't know what the author is doing here. It
I
just
don't
seems
know.
like
Maybe it was he got criticized that it was not over the top enough.
maybe
You're losing people. There's not enough dramatic shit. So it's like, all right, make them
w-
smooch.
we need lips to touch in this lips touching manga.
This is a lips touching manga. No lips have touched yet.
Yeah. What would Dragon Ball be without martial arts, huh? Now make them kiss.
I want them kissing now.
Oh my god. I'm
John
just
Shonen
thinking
jump
of
over his shoulder.
like I want them kissing by Monday.
I want the pages on my desk by 8 a.m. and they better be kissing.
It's just like a J. Jonah Jameson type guy. Like, damn it, I said lips. None of that cheek bullshit. Um,
Oh,
but
Jesus.
but yeah, not happy with this. Gotta
Yeah,
say.
it's very contrived and kind of boring, but whatever. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens out of 10. Indeed.
Yeah. So next up is Aliens Area.
So this was definitely like an itemized list of ideas this guy had in his notebook since he was 10,
Mm-hmm.
and he was very excited to tell us about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the moment I saw that little thing where it's like ease of use and power efficiency and has like the stats, I was like, okay, you were really excited about like the little video game system you made up here. um I wish you would have made me as excited about it
Yeah, I don't
while
care
reading
about it at
this.
all.
Yeah.
Um, it might just be because of how boring the series has been ahead of time. Like
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's just that I'm already kind of jaded against it because it's just been so boring. But like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't really care about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And now it feels like we're gonna roll right into like an exam arc, which is not the time for that. I don't
Uh,
think.
the the dreaded exam arc within the first 20
Uh-huh.
chapters.
Like, I mean, we'll see. I don't know. It's been really boring, and then this episode was like learning the bureaucratic boringness about around using the cool powers. It's like if they said, "Hey,
Mm-hmm.
look at all these cool powers we have. This is the chapter where you're gonna fill out the paperwork to
Mm-hmm.
requisition it from HR." Like,
Mm-hmm.
fuck, so boring.
Yeah. And again, it doesn't help that, this guy's paneling tendencies are at full display again.
Yes.
If you look at page 8, very, very full. Not even necessarily too many panels, but just the stuff inside the panels makes them overly confusing, I feel like. You have or thought bubbles that are made up of lines
Yeah, I
that
can
create
see
this
that.
sort of visual clutter, yeah.
Yeah, they're very cluttered.
hmm Um, but yeah, aside from that, like, cool gadgets, I guess, but
I mean, yeah, but I don't think we
very
need to
little.
learn them on the shooting range.
Yeah, exactly. And also the prospect of there being like an exam this early on when, as you said, when we kind of don't care about anything yet is a little daunting for the series. Um, I like the gag where the other examiner is like insecure that Shiraku is like way cooler than him.
Oh yeah, so he's always overcompensating. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, because he's like not an asshole about it. He's just sort of like, oh no, oh god, he's being cool. No, that that's pretty fun.
Just the internal
Um,
angst about it.
yeah. Um, but yeah, that's kind of it. Like this is very much a nothing series
hmm
still.
Yeah,
With 10
nothing
chapters in.
matters or has happened at all, and now
hmm
we're taking an exam.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if Aliens Area passes.
Something
If we
tells me it
actually
won't, but we'll see.
if we actually get to see the ending of this exam arc.
Yeah, if we even make it there.
hmm
Um, all right, next up is Witch Watch.
The
Boy,
panel where
it
they're
sure
like
existed.
her lap is so big, it's about to suck me in. You ever feel get that moment where you think a series really gets you?
I like when one of them lays on her lap and he goes, and she's like, "What the fuck was that?" And he's like, "Nothing."
Yeah. Yeah, just that panel where it's like just her fucking thighs and it's like it's huge. I'm like, all right. All right, series, you're really doing this. I'm okay with that. Um yeah, it was all right. Like I feel like this new character that we've been introduced to in the last like 2 3 chapters, I think. Uh she feels like the kind of thing you throw into the series because you're like, I need more like adolescent male readers.
Yeah,
But
more
I do like
adolescent
that
male
it's
readers with adolescent male humor.
yeah, but I do like that it's like not gross, at least so far. Like it's a little on the nose, but as far as like anime fan service goes, I've definitely seen a lot worse.
Oh
So,
yeah, for sure.
them just getting like a well-rounded and caring mommy character, sure. You know what? Fine. I'll take that.
Yeah, I also like how Moy is reintroduced. Like, oh, my my death battle with the grizzly bear with no weapons sure was exhausting.
He comes home and they're all just fat.
Yeah, they're all just fat and slavish.
hmm
It's pretty good.
Yeah, but
But
aside from that,
it
like
was it was a Witch Watch chapter at the end of the day.
they talked about fat thighs. I'm good.
Fat
I'm all
thighs out of
right.
10.
Fat thighs out of 10. What's next?
Next up is gonna be the Elusive Samurai, which kind of felt like nothing.
It felt like nothing, but it was also wild.
yeah, it just felt like a like he knew, hey, I got a fucking break chapter coming up. I'm gonna just slap a bunch of fucking characters. It almost felt like a preview chapter.
Yeah,
Like watch the next episode because we didn't have any stuff for this one.
because yeah, these fucking generals are the fucking grass guy is so stupid. I'm looking over his page again.
Oh, the
He's just
guy who
like,
eats grass.
yeah. He's like, oh, he can fight without taking provisions because he can just eat grass. It's like that's not how that works. Oh, and also the like page where the guy with the horse mask shows up and he's just like, I love horses, and the girl's like, okay. That's also really funny. But yeah, aside from that, this was very much just a sort of look at all the wacky villains we got
hmm
chapter. And somehow none of them are as good as Eye and Earman.
No, not a single one of them is even remotely as good as I or Earman. Oh, I think
Yeah.
my favorite one though is the guy who just looks completely normal and then he has like an idol girl in his armor.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't look weird or anything like all the other ones, but then he just has weird ass armor.
He's just the bravest of them all, you know?
Yeah, that takes bravery.
Well. Yeah, it was a fun chapter, but definitely forgettable to me.
Yeah, nothing really happened. They did rescue a cat, which is nice. That was good
Yes.
kitty.
Good kitty out of 10.
Good kitty out of 10. All right, so this is gonna be Akane Banashi.
Which was very nice,
It
actually.
was good, yeah. I'm still a big fan of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're kind of lingering a bit on the point that she's
Yeah.
good at this. Like we know, like the past four
Mm-hmm.
chapters have been about characters going, man, she's really good at this. I know she
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, but I do like that they sort of emphasize it in different ways. Where like the first chapter where we got to see her performance, it was about how it's an easy thing to listen to. And then this chapter hammers home that because it's easy to listen to and because she doesn't put her skills at the forefront, it sucks people into the story, which is the highest sort of skill level in Rakugo. And if you can do that well, then that's, the mark of a master. And I like how they explain it. And also, I like how we spend. This is the only time where I like that we spend a lot of time in the like Rakugo world because I feel like it's earned, right? Because it's all about how Akane is basically disappearing because she's so good at like getting people into the story.
hmm
Um, and yeah, no, also that they justified it. Oh, using Jugemu for this makes sense because a lot of people know the story, and so they have an easier time picturing it. Um, so yeah, no, I've been very happy with this development. I do agree that we need to move on next chapter.
Yeah, it'd be nice to
Um,
wrap up the story, but I did like the little bit at the end too, how the guy was like, it's really obvious that her teacher is the person who had the falling out with the judge.
mhm.
Um, so that's some spicy drama to come here
Yeah,
next week, I would think. It whenever we're done doing
yeah.
fucking the performance.
That's a yeah. I mean, I need them to talk it out with the bad guy. I
Yeah,
need to
I
finally
need there to
find
be
out
some
how bad he
interaction with the
is.
bad guy here.
Yeah, but until then, also I really like the little thing about like oh teaching is about the struggle as well, about like going through this journey on your own and getting to the answers by yourself. I really like that bit as well. Like again, it kind of feeds into what we said about the other teacher a couple of weeks back, where it's like you have a lot of adults who are very reasonable about like their expectations and desires for these kids. Like with the lady teacher who's like, "Oh, you want to do Rakugo? I'm not gonna like force stop you dramatically, but I will tell you that that might not be a good career choice." Yeah, I just like when adults are reasonable in
hmm
manga.
And they're not like insane.
Yes, exactly. They're not like insane manifestations of the teenager's paranoia about adults, or like a caricature to justify not listening to your mommy and daddy.
Yeah, which unfortunately Shonen is rife with.
Well, I mean, it is a fantasy for kids, and
I mean,
so a
yeah,
little bit is okay.
but man, it's a lot of it, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I don't want to listen to my mommy and daddy either. But, you know,
I simply do not anymore.
I simply do not. I pay my bills, which means that under my roof, they eat my food. And they play by my rules, which are basically just please don't be mean to me.
Yeah, which, they're not that great at that either 90% of the time, because that's just how parents are. But,
Yeah, well,
you know,
that whole thing with parents, they're like, I could never like do something wrong to you because I know you. And then they just list things that that you did when you were like 5.
hmm
And it's like, hey, haha, that has not been part of my life for 2 decades.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy. That's been
Yeah.
a very long time ago.
Yeah. Uh so do we want to move on before we start unpacking?
Yeah, before we start trauma dumping on Maine at fucking first thing in the morning.
All right,
Uh,
I knew you signed up for like manga discussions, but here's every time my mother wronged me.
Jesus.
All right.
All right.
Akane Banashi
Next
is
up
trauma out of 10.
is Sakamoto Days.
uh Let me actually flick through it again. I forgot. Oh, there we go. It's the one
It's
with
the
the like
two of
invisible
them in
guy.
the new assassin place, and then the little guy is like, we got to get him out of there.
Yes. Yes.
Pretty neat. I thought it
This,
was a cool
yeah,
set
this was
piece.
cool. I like the girl in the hideout where she's like, "Oh no, he's hot."
Yeah, immediate like liking him.
Yeah, fandom shift sound effect. Actually, just Twitter, if you think about it.
Honestly, yeah, it really is.
Did you know that Homelander is actually like an anti-hero?
Oh my God, the Homelander discourse is just the absolute worst. Like how,
It's
what the fuck? Like,
it's so
he's
funny
so
because
obviously meant to be some weird little creep.
we've been actually watching The Boys like literally this week. So seeing all that discourse unfold was really funny because I would read like a take and I'd be like, "Huh, this is kind of weird." Then go and watch an episode in the evening, be like, "Wow, that person was fucking stupid."
Yeah, I love all the takes. They're like, he's just misunderstood. Like, he wants to do the right thing. Dog, he stole
No,
a woman's breast milk out of a fridge and then wants to kill her baby in season one. Like,
the fact that he has actual beef with a
he has
baby.
raw beef with a baby. What do you want?
Yeah,
Like, he's not Superman with with mommy issues. He's a fucking freak.
yeah. Like, I mean, honestly, The Boys is like a great example of just how little people pay attention to like what they watch. Because they'll see a scene of like Homelander looking a little sad about something. They're like, "Oh, okay, this is like uh this is about how he's misunderstood." And it's like, no, he's sad because he doesn't get to kill everyone.
Yeah, he's just sad because he doesn't get everything that he wants all the time whenever he wants it. Like that's his entire character.
Yeah. Uh why are we talking about Homelander when we should be talking about the best character in this show, the Deep, who's just a fucking joke.
Just a fucking loser meathead. Yeah.
I I do love that though. Like, first episode he like sexually assaults someone and the rest of the show is just his life falling apart in the funniest ways
Just getting
possible.
absolutely shit on at all times.
Yeah, I feel like that's how you do that. That's how you, because the thing is, like, you set him up as like, oh, he's like this conniving Harvey Weinstein kind of guy, and then for the entire rest of the season, he's like, no, actually, he's just fucking
He's
stupid.
just a fucking idiot. Just a
Yeah,
giant idiot.
like
Getting destroyed.
even his like assaulting of women is just another vestige of the fact that he has no thoughts.
Yeah,
Like,
just empty head all the time.
yeah. God, we got to the scene like yesterday with the fucking whale where he
Oh,
tries to
where
like
he tries to
intercept.
stop them by putting the whale up.
Yes. Oh, the peak. El Profundo. Whatever else you have for him. We did not talk about Sakamoto Days yet.
No, I was about to say the entire Sakamoto section has just been about the boys.
You know what? You know what? I feel like Sakamoto and the boys have a similar kind of energy, and I cannot explain it.
They do kind of have a similar vibe.
Just complete chaos, I guess. Um, but yeah, no, this was a fun chapter. It was mostly sort of just the guys in the hideout, fighting the bad guys for a little bit.
Yeah, but I do like that we're getting some plan. This one also kind of felt like a preview of like,
Yes.
here's what's to come, kind of in the way that the Elusive Samurai did, where they're like, we're gonna be resolving this stuff, but we're not gonna really go anywhere right now, you know,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
which is fine.
Hmm. Yeah, no, it's fun. Um, I think Sakamoto just gets through these chapters a lot because even when it does like empty action, so to speak, where people are just throwing hands, just for the sake of it or just to fill some space, because it's so good at just keeping the action going visually, it doesn't really matter. You know, even just a panel where he's stomping the cockroach has so much energy to it. It's so cool.
Hmm. Yeah, the whole like action art direction in Sakamoto is always. I mean, we talk about it every time, but it's always fucking unmatched. It's so good.
Hmm. Also, I like that he's like, "Oh, I put like a little bomb inside each of you," and the mask guy first thought is, "Ew, you put something dirty inside of me."
Yeah. Oh, it's gross.
Oh,
I like how he steps on the cockroach too, and he's like, I can no longer continue.
I can't live. Kill me.
Kill me. I stepped on something gross.
Hey, I mean, to be fair, that is my reaction when I see a cockroach, and
Yeah,
I
that's fair.
realize,
When I see
I
one,
realize,
yeah.
yeah, and then you realize you have to deal with it
Ugh.
because you're an adult.
Yeah, you can't just have someone else do it.
Yeah, and you can't just like abandon that room forever. You just have to, you have to get your little glass and your little piece of cardboard or whatever, and just get it out there,
Ugh, gross.
and then it starts flying, and then the world is horrible.
Yeah, as soon as when you see a cockroach and it starts to fly, that's like when the worst thing that can happen to you as an adult. I'm pretty sure. Like on a
Yeah,
scale of 1 to 10, that's like a 9.5.
I had like a June bug, I think, here, like at 2 a.m. in the evening, and it was a fat boy, and I look at it, and I'm paralyzed already because bugs, and then I see it like unfold its wings, and I never seen that before, and I'm like, oh my god, you're going to fly, and it just goes, and I'm like, I want to scream, but I don't want a noise complaint. It's 2 a.m. And that night, I just closed my office door and went to bed. I just decided that it's not worth it.
We'll deal with this in the morning.
Yeah, we'll deal with it at a time when I can actually yell and scream. And the day after, I did not find it again.
Uh-oh, I mean, it's lurking
Yeah.
somewhere.
Well, you know what? If that thing flies once, I will hear it across the entire apartment. So it must have just died or left. Which,
Just
you know what?
passed out.
Fine by me. It was like, okay, we've scared Dennis enough. I can die now.
Fulfilled my purpose.
He was as scared of me as I was of him, and he just had a heart attack.
Its tiny body couldn't handle it.
Yeah. Anyway, Sakamoto Days.
Good chapter.
Good
Plenty good.
chapter. Fun chapter.
Interested to
Yes.
see what happens.
Hmm.
Next up is Choujin X.
Which was cool. We got some history.
Yeah, we got some lore
Uh,
dumps. I like how it was 26.1 and 26.2.
yeah, no, it's interesting. As far as nomenclature goes. Um, Also, wow, Queen is one fucked up design. Like, what the fuck? It's a jet plane with hands.
Yeah, it's kind of freaky looking too. They're like creepy hands. They're not even just like hands.
Hmm.
And then the fingers have little gun barrels.
Yeah, because I think what they imply is that his power was to possess weapons, and that is why yeah, because they say like the existence of Queen um advanced the development of military tech because he just wanted to possess more and more. Then took their form. Yeah, that's cool. That's like very fucky, but also very cool.
The
Um,
picture, the design where it's just the plane with the fucking hands coming out of the bottom is so nasty.
yeah, that's some cryptid shit. That's some real gross hours. Um, and besides that, we're getting a training arc, which is cool.
Yeah, and actually deserved one.
Yeah. Holy shit. Um, Ishida, he, I feel like he was saving up his horny energy for that one shot of the girl in the bikini because that is some massive butt crack.
Yes. I also like they're all like excited, and then she looks at the other girl's chest, and there's like the one panel of her like, and then it just moves on from it.
Yeah, I mean it's very anime tropey, but
It is,
it's
but
fun.
I like how it's like not dwelled on at all. It's like they're having fun and they're having like laughing and playing, and then it just like freeze frames, like record
Hmm.
scratches, and then they lose right back to whatever they're doing. They don't talk about it anymore after that.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's nice that it's not turned like into a whole thing. Um, and yeah, I'm glad that we're getting like a more sort of technical training arc for now because I feel like this series has been very vague in terms of like its power system and how it exactly works. It's given us some glimpses of it, but it's been very sort of just mentioning things instead of us ever getting like real time to spend with this system. Um, and I feel like now is a good time. It's kind of
Yeah,
interesting that it's now is a good time to do what Aliens Area is currently doing.
yeah, which is much less earned.
Yes. Um, and I like that, they emphasize also that, oh, you need to name your ability, you need to name like your form because that's what gives you like, self-awareness and something to focus on. Um, and then we get like a new villain at the end, like a new lady, who likes strangling people, I guess.
Apparently.
Hmm.
Congratulations, creepy boys on the internet. You found the one.
This chapter was great for horny people.
It was. 26.2 was all about it.
Yeah, I mean also the Bramble Choujin, Roja Hachimaki, who's just a dominatrix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good. Stocks are going up for the Coomers. Also, can I just say Shadowl is a dumb name?
It is. Yeah. The
I'm like
Darkness
convinced.
Chojin.
I'm like convinced that that's maybe not a mistranslation, but it's a weird romanization because in Japanese that would be Shadouru or something like that. Well, I don't know. It just sounds weird. Shadowl. Shadowl Shant.
I don't know. I don't like him. Also, he
Uh,
looks weird. What is that hair?
hey, that's all the rage in 1989 or whenever this takes place.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Ugh. But
Yeah.
yeah, I liked the dwell, like the kind of a dive into the power system and stuff, and like it's important that you be able to personify your own abilities and that kind of like it was cool.
Also, I like the president of Yamato Mori. He seems cool. He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, just hanging out,
Uh,
doing his thing.
yeah, the fact that he looks exactly like Johan from Monster makes me feel uneasy. But aside from that, he seems pretty cool. I hope the fact that he is alone with Azuma in the team doesn't mean that he's like trying
Trying
to
to
do
pull some
something to
shit.
him.
Yeah.
Hmm. Um, and hey, Tokyo gets to be in a group with Monoma. He gets to be with the nice looking lady.
That's
Good for
true.
him. Good for
Congratulations.
him. Cause yeah, she's the strength Shojin. She's the one that can like crush your head with her legs.
Yes. Yes.
Very good day for thigh lovers out there. Excellent day.
This chapter really making dreams come true, isn't it?
Very high quality shonen jump this week.
All right.
All right.
Uh,
But
high quality jump out of 10.
exactly.
So next up is going to be Mashle, which just
All right.
brought rawness, just endless rawness this entire chapter. It's raw as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, Marshal's back.
Mashle's back, baby. It's not stupid anymore.
Yes, things are happening.
Yes, it's just getting his shit tossed, and then the very last panel, man, that was the whole thing for me. Was that fucking last panel, and that was a cute moment with him and Finn, where Finn's like, yeah, our life did kind of suck, but like it didn't all suck. Like there's good shit in it too.
Hmm.
And he like magically grabs his wand. I don't even know how he does that, but it's fucking cool.
Mhm.
And apparently he has like a special thing too, which again we didn't know that either. And
Mhm.
it can heal, which fucking slams. And it
Mhm.
like adds his power into someone else's power. It's fucking cool.
Mhm.
I love support characters like that, where their whole thing is like, yeah, I just like make somebody else stronger and amp the fuck out of them and heal them. So now they're fighting on like equal grounds. The next chapter's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Especially like after the break,
Mm-hmm.
they tend to come back with some heat.
Man, it's gonna be fucking good. Just
Yes,
raw,
yes.
just all rawness out of 10 the whole time. That's all this was.
Mhm. Yeah, because I also like that. We have that like moment where like, oh, stay behind, have a normal life, and he's like, you fucking idiot, I don't want a life without you, and it's like, Shonen 101, but it is Shonen 101 for a reason. It's good shit.
Yeah, it's Shonen 101 because the shit hits. Like, that's
Yeah.
why.
Um, and I also like the design of like the new power up that Finn gets, the butterfly sanitatum.
Yes, it's cool.
Very cool. Feels a little cramped on that one page though. Gotta say.
A little bit, yeah, I could have used a little bit more, but
Well, I'm
it's
assuming
alright.
right before the break there was quite a bit of pressure because also, for example, no double spreads in this one.
Yeah, they were probably like, get it in quickly so we can all go on vacation.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I hope it can keep this energy up again instead
Yes,
of
next week's fight is gonna go crazy. I can feel it in my bones.
in your bones.
My bones. It's telling me that next week's fight's gonna go crazy.
Damn, Mashle has got his bone marrow quivering.
That's how you know it's good. That's how you know it's
Yeah.
quality shonen.
Or maybe you have like a horrible condition. I wouldn't know. I don't have any chronic illnesses, so. All
Alright,
right. What's
next up
next?
is My Hero Academia.
Oh, already?
Hmm.
Damn. Uh yeah, this was a fun chapter, actually. I like that Sun Eater gets to do a cool thing. And that actually for once Mirio does a cool like combo move with him. Where they're like showering him in energy and Mirio is like, oh, I'm here as well, and just punches him. Also real nice art throughout the entire chapter. Um Feels a bit sad that Sun Eater's moment gets usurped so much by what happens later in the chapter.
Yeah, Sun Eater's moment also almost feels totally irrelevant. That's one of the things I don't like about this chapter, is they give him like 3 pages and they're like, all right, we're done.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
move.
that's a
Let's
shame.
get back to the shit, shall we?
That is a shame. But I do like the double spread where he shoots his cannon and like the panel of the cannon is like an arrow pushing
Hmm.
into the next page. It's not even a double spread actually. It's just two separate pages with that panel like continuing on. And that's really cool. Um but of course, no one wants me to talk about Sun Eater. The
No,
highlight of this chapter is Bakugo doing the big no-no.
taking the
Uh
dirt nap, as it were.
yeah. And it's a cool moment. It's definitely a raw way to go out. It sucks though that it apparently did nothing to Shiggy.
It it did nothing, and I'm also not entirely sure why he got up to do that anyway.
Yeah, I talked about it with my good friend Ian, and he brought up a good point. This feels like a Dragon Ball death, where it's like it's cool, but it doesn't advance the story much. The villain isn't beat, and it just removes the character and turns them into like an excuse for the main character to then
to
go
to
sicko
get a
mode.
power up. Yeah.
Yeah, like the comparison that came up there in my mind at least was Vegeta against Boo, where it's sort of like, yeah, it's a cool moment, but it's ultimately entirely pointless.
Yeah, it serves almost no purpose at all. And like
Yeah.
it does kind of have that energy because he's like, I'm gonna go stop him, but also like they were still just fighting. It's not like he jumped in and attacked Shiggy and then that stopped like Shiggy was about to kill Sun Eater or something. He was just
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm gonna fight again. And he went in
Mm-hmm.
and fought and then died immediately. And it was
Yeah.
very like, why'd you do that? Why'd you get up?
Hmm.
You didn't have to do that right then.
Yeah, but I mean, to not just shit on it. On a mechanical level, Bakugo dying because he's learned how to harness his entire body for explosions and then exploding his heart is a fantastic way for him to go out. Like regardless of like story context or whatever, but just like as a thing that kills him, that's perfect. That's exactly how he should die if he dies. Um and I mean, and I like the focus he gets on how, you know, he felt that this is the only way he can live up to Deku, that fighting through the pain as his body's breaking down. And also sort of the little thing with All Might where he's like, I was always too proud to go for what I really wanted, which was just getting your fucking autograph. It's sweet. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Like our Deuteragonist just quote unquote died, and I feel kind of nothing, and that's a little bit of a shame. As cool as
Yeah,
it is.
it is a little weird that he's supposed to be like the big deal, and I couldn't care less that he's dead. Really, I don't even think he's actually dead, but that might just be
Well,
my jadedness toward my hero. I don't know.
well, here's the thing. If he's dead, this is a little underwhelming, but it's fine. If he's not dead, this is the funniest thing ever.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, like if Hori brings him back, he will never outlive the clown allegations.
Yeah, no, the Mickey Mouse allegations will forever stick.
Yeah. Um and I don't know which one I prefer, to be honest, because I think in a weird twist, I think that if he got back up, if he like lived again, the complete fucking terribleness of that would give me a stronger emotional reaction than if this death is just where it ends. You know? Kind of in a sense where like I'd rather have it be so bad that it's kind of goofy instead of it being sort of just unremarkable.
Yeah, because at least then you feel something.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause this,
Yeah.
yeah, this makes me feel like nothing. It's annoying. It's been a problem I've had with my hero for a while, where I feel like the story's gaslighting me into trying to care about things that I don't feel it has earned. And Bakugo, he's a cool character, and he was a wonderful character for a long time, but he's not done anything in ages.
Yeah,
And
and
so
like
now,
again, kind of like I said before, it doesn't really feel like he died for a purpose.
yeah, there's nothing to this besides if he's dead, it's gonna create an interesting situation for Deku emotionally. But that's kind of it. Like Shigi doesn't seem to care. Um Bakugo didn't give them any special advantage. He was just like, okay, I'm bored now. I want to leave the story.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
I've had enough of this fucking arc. Get me
Yeah,
out of here.
yeah.
His
Um,
contract fell through.
they couldn't renew the
Yeah,
contract.
they couldn't re-sign him, so they had to kill him off.
No, he heard that the editor changed, and he was like, I actually liked Taguchi.
If he goes, I go.
Yeah. uh, I mean, you gotta respect the absolute motherfuckeriness of Hori to do this before a break, because the Twitter sphere has been in shambles,
Yes, yes, big time.
which I
See, I
find
feel like
funny every time.
that is another reason why I feel like he's not dead. Is it just doesn't feel it feels very hoary to be like, oh, look at this last page here. It reminds me
Hmm.
very much of the Hagakure is the traitor thing, where
Hmm.
they drop this extremely ominous panel of Hagakure while they're like, the traitor. And everyone was like,
Hmm.
oh my fucking god. And like that was all they talked about the entire time until the next
Hmm.
chapter came out and they're like, no,
Yeah.
it's not her.
Yeah, it feels a little like that. The only thing that makes me think he might actually be dead is the fact that Hori has done this exact red herring before in the
Like
previous war
literally
arc.
an arc ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm feeling like he's not that shameless. He has to uh not be that shameless. Um, so
Imagine being the deuteragonist of your series and you get used once to make your main character freak out, and then now you get killed off for real so you can have a more mature reaction to it. And you're like, see, he's grown.
imagine imagine if imagine you're the deuteragonist of your own series and you die in your first solo fight. And it's not even like a proper solo fight. It's just You die in your first one-on-one scuffle.
Yeah, you
That's
die
not
in
cool.
your first gigantic team up versus one guy because the rest of your team was like, let's see what he's cooking. Let's let him cook.
Yeah. Let Tori cook.
Let Bakugo cook.
Yeah. Pray for my son. He has every disease. I tweeted that and I actually got a response by someone be like, "Can you fucking not? Like, we
Oh
are
my god.
seriously upset about this." And I'm like, "Please care about something real.
Yeah, please just care about
Please."
something that matters, honestly. Like,
Oh my god, like yeah, that week when this chapter dropped, that was a bad week for like 30 something white women.
yeah, absolute shambles.
Yeah. Um especially if you follow Pineapple. Cuz
That arc
god,
has
he
been
was
something else.
yeah, that man's just been fighting 24/7 ever since this chapter came out. It's so funny.
Yeah, he literally has not stopped. The man like eats, shits, and argues on Twitter now.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I respect it. Um but yeah, like I've seen a lot of like very extreme reactions to this chapter and I kind of don't get it. It's sort of just like, okay, that was a thing that happened. Because again, Bakugo was not present enough in this sort of last third of the story for me to still have that connection to him that I had, say when he fought Deku for the second time.
Right.
I feel like that was his last big moment besides, fake dying in the other war, which was more of a Deku moment anyway. Um so yeah, I'm not entirely sure why this like hit people so hard, but either way, you know, this chapter was in my number 2 because it was actually really fun. As I said, really really like the concept of him dying from his own quirk, like overloading his body. I feel like that's really the only way you can kill him off, like and make it feel right. Um, and I like the Sun Eater stuff. Uh, but haha, Hori, haha, please just give me Shigaraki back.
Yeah, I'm getting real tired of the whole like this war is already doing the same thing the last one did to me, where it's like I'm getting kind of sick of the constant like, look how strong Shigaraki is. I know how strong he is. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need another chapter of like we're pulling out the bigger gun and they shoot him with
Mm-hmm.
the bigger gun and he's like I'm not harmed and they're like fuck we're pulling out the
Mm-hmm.
bigger gun and they're gonna hit him with and he's like I'm fine still because
Yeah, but
all of this is irrelevant until Deku gets back. And
yeah.
like I understand like oh no, the sense of dread because we have to fight this guy and not die, but like god, I I don't care about most of these characters. So like if Bakugo dying did not evoke anything, then like Nejire getting axed is not gonna fucking who cares? She's been in 7
Mm-hmm.
panels. And so
Yeah.
like I just don't give a shit. Just like get Deku here and let's fight. Or go to like
Mm-hmm.
Uraraka and Toga or something. Go to something that could have some consequence in it.
Mm-hmm.
Bakugo's
Yeah.
dead now. The only character that even kind of matters here at this fight is gone. Let's leave, please.
Yeah.
Let's go somewhere that matters. Let's go see why Dabi's chest was glowing 50 chapters
Oh
ago or whatever the fuck.
God, yeah, that shit. Yeah. He's gonna revive himself, and then actually, it's gonna be revealed that everyone has rewind.
Oh god, a bunch of people are like, yeah, we have this theory that Dabi's quirk is actually like Phoenix fire. That's totally
Yes,
gonna
the
be
Phoenix theory.
how they bring Bakugo back. Dabi's gonna have a change of heart and he's gonna rebirth Bakugo with fucking fire.
All Might's gonna get airdropped into the fight, and he is just gonna throw Eri at Bakugo.
Like a
He's like,
football.
child, low pass.
It's just got her by the top of her head and he just chucks her.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, like I don't. The other thing that's annoying me now with Shigaraki specifically is that he's basically already acting like Shigaraki and less like All for One. Like if you look at the panel where he's like, "Come on, use your heads," that looks very Shiggy. And it's just like if you're already going to include like the villain that we like in mannerisms, just fucking make it Shigaraki. Stop dancing around this like All for One possession bullshit, and like commit to Shigaraki. Commit to him. Caring about the league and all the good stuff that we used to like about him. Um, but yeah. besides the numerous many complaints that I've just listed up in extensive detail, this was actually a fun chapter.
Yeah, it was all right. It
It
was all
was all
right.
right.
It
All
was all
right
right.
out of 10. What's next?
Next up is Undead Unluck.
Which is very cool. I like the lore here that we got.
Yes, big lore dump. I like that the reveal that the card is
An artifact.
the artifact that can keep everyone around,
Mm-hmm.
um, which is pretty interesting. I kind of wonder if that's gonna put her in the decision where like you pull the card out, Victor comes back, but I don't want Victor back. I want Andy, but also if I keep the card in Andy's head, I lose everybody else. Like, what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting
Yeah,
little
no.
difficulty here.
It is interesting, and what I like even more is the fact that this is an exposition chapter in Undead Unluck that did not feel like gibberish,
Yes.
which is kind of huge. Because this series definitely has a tendency of completely losing me in its exposition chapters, and this time it was crystal clear and perfectly understandable, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah,
Maybe I just
it's a
get the story more
rarity
now.
in Undead Unluck, but boy, it was nice
Hmm.
to learn things and not have to go, what the fuck are you talking about?
To learn things and not go, oh, I guess that's something I'll get on the reread. Um, but yeah, no, very cool chapter. I also like um Foucault's little speech because it really is just an encapsulation of who she is. She wants good things and bad things to like still happen because that's just part of life, but she wants them to happen because of people, not because of some arbitrary magic bullshit that like, keeps people apart and hurts them.
Hmm.
And I like that. It feels very nice and I guess convincing coming from her, with the whole unluck thing, where it feels like she never really had control even over the bad stuff, let alone the good stuff. Um so yeah, no, very very cool chapter. Very much enjoyed it. And we will see what this leads to.
Yeah, we'll see
Because,
where it goes. I'm interested to see the conflict next chapter. I think that a
mhm,
lot of it's going to come to a head there, so that'll be neat to see.
yes, absolutely. But honestly, besides that, I'm already out because I just like the lore dump a lot.
It was really because it was a good one. It was an actually
Yeah.
good lore dump from a series with the worst lore dumps of all time. So that was
Yes.
nice.
Hmm. All right. Do we move into the finale?
We do. The finale, of course, is Jujutsu Kaisen.
Man,
I just want to
misogyny might
preface
be
this by
winning.
saying, boy, the comments we're gonna get are that for putting this at number one over Bakugo dying are gonna be just fucking I'm not even gonna read them.
Hey, maybe if Hori stopped gaslighting me into liking his characters and actually made good characters, maybe he would get number one occasionally. But unfortunately, we stopped doing that 100 chapters ago, so here we fucking are.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. You can have your comments now.
There you go. All right. So anyway, this is a
Anyway,
good fight. This is a good fight.
yeah.
I don't know how
Uh,
people are saying like, oh my God, Maki's gonna lose, because why? What? No, Maki's not gonna lose.
well, I
Um,
mean, people were saying like, oh, Mucky Mouse and all that, and it's like she got hit with something at Mach. What was it? Mach 3?
Mach 3.
Like that's an insane speed feat. That's I don't know if Toji would have done much better here, to be completely honest.
And then Maki's like, well, I'm still like not dead. I'm just gonna get up and fucking fight.
I mean, if you look at the panel where she's on the floor, she's glaring at him.
Hmm. Like she's not
Um,
fucking she's not dying right now.
yeah. I'm very proud of Kamo. He was actually not completely useless here.
Yeah, he's doing his best, man. He lost the
Yeah.
kids. He just beat his alcohol problem. He's doing his best.
Yeah, I mean, he got thrown out of his family. He got replaced by an artificial version of himself with a better power. And he got, the divorced haircut. And yet here he is fighting a fighter jet that runs on misogyny. Like he's doing his best.
I thought it was a cool
Um,
use of the projection sorcery where he would freeze the air and then shatter it.
yeah, that was very cool. Also a very cool like double spread there with like the continuous explosions.
Hmm.
Um, Also just I like this Naoya design. It's actually really cool, like just a giant jet vagina. I
Nobody
mean that's
Google
what it
that,
is.
please.
What?
I said nobody Google that. Or if you do,
Oh,
don't blame it on us.
yes, Shonen Chill does not recommend googling giant jet
We
vagina
do
running
not
on
endorse
misogyny.
this in the
Yes.
slightest.
Um. Also, I like how the first thing he says when he like quote unquote beats her, he's like, "No way."
Yeah,
He's
he's
like,
like,
"Yeah,
really? Holy shit. All I had to do was go Mach 3?
yeah," which might not even be his top speed.
I also like how Akama was like, we need a counter to beat him. How about some fucking caltrops made out of blood? Thank
Hey,
you,
you know
Kamo.
what?
Thank you. You're contributing.
He's doing his best.
You're helping.
He's trying his best for the sake of the divorce settlement. He wants to
He
appear
might
now.
get partial custody of the kids if he can prove to the court that he's trying his best.
Who's the kids in this context? Toto.
Toto and Mai, but so one of them is gone now, so it's just
Well,
Toto left.
one of them is technically absorbed in the woman that stands next to him.
That's true.
So he has custody over Maki.
He has custody over Maki's power up.
That's such a dumb sentence. The fucking shit we get up to here, dude. He has custody over her power up. What does that even
He
mean?
has legal custody over the well, he has partial custody because the mom has the other ones because
Oh yeah,
he did lose in divorce court. That's why his haircut
that's
is the
true.
way it is.
Wait, who's the mom?
Kenjaku, I guess. I don't know. It's everyone
Yeah,
else's
yeah,
mom.
we do know he likes to be a mommy. I am still not over the fact that his master plan, included getting absolutely raw dogged by Mr. Itadori, just absolutely gulped into with reckless abandon. How do you come up with that?
In my 1,000-year plan, I got to get dicks down bad. You think he's
He's
had like
just
accomplices the whole time, and they're like, "What?" And he's like, "Just trust me on this.
so you're gonna go there and you're gonna force him to like work for you? No, no, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna let him fuck me.
I'm
Like
gonna
what?
seduce him,
Yes.
and we're gonna plow, and I'm gonna make Sukana's vessel."
I mean, you know what? Out of all like those vessel like storylines, where it's like, oh, I need to find someone who can like hold this ancient power. You gotta respect a man who's just ready to get pregnant himself for it.
That's determination, is what that is.
Yeah,
That's
no,
committing 9 months to your
yeah,
plan.
and he's not even putting that burden on like another woman. He's doing it himself, like a
Yeah,
real man.
it's a real go-getter, is what that is. That's a go-getter attitude. That's an alpha attitude.
Yeah,
If you're a
real
real
men,
Sigma male, just get pregnant yourself.
real men get dicked down. Like all those like masculinity advice podcasts, they're worthless. The only way you're a real man is if you're absolutely oozing with someone else's yogurt. I'd be very surprised if we're still monetized. There go to $5 a month.
Yeah, there goes the buck 80 that comes out of this episode in the dumpster. Oh
Uh,
my god.
uh,
Thanks,
um,
PewDiePie.
uh, speaking of misogyny, Naoya. uh Also, I still love that tweet you made like ages ago, where you're like, "Oh yeah, Naoya is actually just a clever thematic nod to Horikoshi.
Yeah,
They both
it's
hate
my
women."
magnum opus.
Fun fact, did you know that Gege Akutami wanted to honor his good friend Horikoshi by putting him into the manga?
It's just pictures of Naoya.
Yeah.
It's my
I
finest
will say
work.
that I will say it is really funny that Naoya, Mister I Hate Women, gets resurrected as like a sentient pussy. Especially like last chapter when he's like forming into this shape, he very much looks quite vaginal. Uh, which
I
isn't
mean,
new to
yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
If you look at the last page, he looks like he has a tiny ass
Good for him.
on page 19. I also don't like
Yeah.
how he is a sentient vagina, but he's also like a tentacle monster. I don't like the where all this is coming from. It's bothering me.
Well, I mean, do you remember how the first curses ever shown in the Jujutsu Kaisen timeline in Jujutsu Kaisen Zero are
Yes.
literally walking vaginas?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is just it's coming full circle.
Gege, are you
We're
all right?
approaching
Are you having like who hurt you in the past?
if I mean, I feel like the only people who are hurting Gege are the Shonen Jump editorial staff and his own work schedule. But yeah, now that I'm looking at him again on like page 1 of the chapter, God, yeah, he is ugly as fuck.
Yeah, he sure is. Fucking ugly as sin.
But that's okay because next chapter Maki is gonna take him apart.
Yeah,
And
I'm ready for Naya to be killed the second time.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting how like this will be justified as like this was something we needed to see. Like there has to be like some result here that will push the story forward because as you said when Naya first appeared, it is kind of just threading old ground.
Yeah,
If there's
like
nothing new here at the end.
Maki versus Naoya again to serve the same purpose of just showing us like Maki's strong, like
Mm-hmm.
isn't really that useful. So that's why I imagine that Kamo will get something out of this to make him relevant because right now he's so irrelevant, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
He will eat Naoya and then absorb his like speed.
I don't know. All I know is that like having Kamo here feels a lot like if Miwa had shown up in Yuta's fight. It's like, the fuck are you doing?
That panel of All for One going, "What are all these jobbers doing here?"
Yeah, that's literally what it is. It's like, what the fuck are you here? Because even in this chapter, Maki has had to save him like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. Look, we're proud of him still. He's doing his best. He's struggling, all right?
My beta king.
My absolute beta king. Yeah. Again, fuck those masculinity podcasts. The only way to be a real alpha is to be a total beta. That's what the elites don't want you to know. You want to be a real man, get divorced.
I also like how Maki was like, yeah, if he's gonna attack at the speed of sound, it'll be easy for us to just wait and counterattack. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's
All
normal.
right. Yeah. And then he beats them by going 3 times the speed of light,
Hmm.
the speed of sound.
I also really like the panel where he's like shattering all the windows in the buildings that he's flying by.
Yes, that's a really cool panel. In general, some cool panels also like on page 12 at the bottom panel when you start see he's starting to break the sound barrier.
Yeah, and he
You
gets the
get like
little the sonic boom.
yeah, that's really nice. I like the Sonic Boom is such a weird concept.
It is. It's weird, but it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Much better concept than it was a video game.
That's true also.
All right, you got anything else or are we
No,
wrapping?
I think that's it.
All right. In that case, thank you everyone for listening in again. Very brave of you if you're still here after the fucking segment on Kenjaku.
Yeah, hey, that's called dedication is what that is. That's the dedicated
Yeah,
viewer.
that's exactly the kind of dedication Kenjaku has.
The real Sigma dedication.
Sigma grind set. Have sex with men.
And there it is.
There it
All
is.
right, everybody. We will see you next time.
All right, folks. Take care. Bye bye.